All right. And we're live. Welcome, everyone, to my final wonderful speaker of the week, where we are discussing all about their work and everything that they put into this amazing conference that we're putting together. September 24th to the 26th, that's tomorrow to Sunday. Register at the links down below if you guys want to join us. It is an incredible lineup of speakers with content from every area of mind, body, soul that we need to know at this time in order to prepare for the next few years of major transition. So I'm really excited today because I have with me Tricia Margis, and she will be discussing what she's going to be talking about at the conference. And before that, let me go ahead and read her bio. Tricia is an awakened and inspired soul, is here to expand the minds, beliefs, and perspectives of the collective as the founder of her conscious podcast, 90 Degree Turns, created with the intention to be a lighthouse of the conscious and activation to find other like-minded souls around the world. Tricia's progress has been nothing short of magnificent as the journey of healing from her own limiting beliefs, unconscious blocks, and wounds unfolds. Tricia is committed to lighting up the world while helping others connect their heart and embody their truth and soul's deepest expression. As a former strategist at one of the top advertising agencies, Tricia's training was to grasp at the subconscious mind of programming, where she was taught how to essentially utilize one's unconscious beliefs and turn it into yet another product sold. So, Tricia, without further ado, welcome and thank you so much for joining us. It's such a gift to have you here. What are you going to be speaking about at the conference?
Okay, so thank you so much for having me here and for inviting me for this conference. I'm very, very excited. As I've mentioned, my background is in advertising. So I'm going to be kind of talking about how we got to where we are as a society and kind of how advertising has molded this, like the collective subconscious, and where with pointing out different figureheads that were really important in that movement and looking at advertising today and back in the day and to see where is the connection, why are we where we are today.
That is so powerful. I know that I have gone down that rabbit hole as well organically from just looking at how myself, was programmed at an early age in high school, and when you come into adulthood, you begin to realize that all of these ideas about ourselves are borrowed or they're just a product of our environment. So, tell us a little bit about that journey and the discovery of understanding these things. At what point did you realize what was happening?
Okay, so I'll tell you, when I was in school studying advertising, I always felt that advertising could be has the I mean it has the potential for a lot of good, because I was inspired by like the really famous campaigns that made you think and made you feel all these lovely emotions, and so I was like, I want to do that. Like you have business and you have like creativity all in one. So I was kind of going into more like naive way where I'm like, I just want to change the world with advertising because it's everywhere and I could do that, right? And then once I got into like the industry, I realized that like there's obviously certain clients I would not want to work with personally just because of what they're involved with. Um, and so I was prepared to like say no if I had gotten assigned certain brands that I just wasn't morally okay with. But I guess as I dove into like just the understanding of what strategy is and the research behind it, I basically understood just by living life that advertising is not all like sunshine and rainbows, and most of it's just about money. And most advertisements, I personally think, aren't very well done. They're not really there to like inspire you. Most of them aren't. The ones that win campaigns, they do. Like they're quite inspirational, but majority of them are just just there to make a buck, which is fine. I mean, it's the world we live in. Uh, but going down the research hole of like you hear about these famous figures of like Sigmund Freud, a psychologist, right? And his nephew is Edward Bernays, right? And then you have Carl Jung comes in the picture. Like all of these figureheads had such huge impact on our modern day society today. It's incredible to see what they were able to accomplish and how they were able to like kind of twist and manipulate society in its own way. um, back like in like the 20s and the 30s. It was like kind of like 100 years ago, you know, and those elements have still kept in touch all this time, and it's become even more impactful with the things we see going on in our world today. I mean, it's the same tactics are being used. It's all kind of going from the subconscious mind and the programming. So on top of the advertising part, I'm going to go into not just the understanding the manipulation behind it, but also how to take the subconscious and use it for our own benefit. So what we can do as a collective and as humanity to really take, I guess, use these universal tools in a way that will will benefit us and prosper our society. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Yes, need to unmute. That's amazing. And it's so awesome that you're talking about Bernays because I recently came across his involvement and his participation as part of the CIA, another major Bilderberg group, and other greater groups that he was working under for such a long time, with very interesting ties in the military as well as larger, greater organizations and financial institutions from Europe to the US to China. So, I mean, it really just kind of makes you think about, the motive behind that. And the interesting thing about that from the perspective of a healer and someone that tries to look at the multidimensional body is that, it's almost as if because of the deep psychological analysis that was done on man, they were able to understand from the inside out how we function, how our emotions are expressed, our deepest desires, our deepest unconscious, subconscious desires, and manipulate that. So you talked about what's going on today. How has that been implemented in what's happening in the world today?
I mean, it's everything you've just explained, right? You have the unconscious desires, the fears, the programs, the biases that are given to you from when you're a child, everything you absorb. All of that has been used today. I mean, I'll go more into it when we go into the presentation, but I mean, you can see it from, you could call it like the propaganda that's on TV, right? And the radio. It's the repetitive billboards that you keep on seeing, the same message being repeated over and over and over that you like can't run away from it. So unless you're quite strong with your alignment in your belief system and what you know to be true, you can be swayed or persuaded in one direction or another.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, wow. What an amazing conversation we are going to be having. Tricia, what day are you speaking? What time are you speaking?
I'm speaking Saturday. I believe it's at 3 p.m. Um, Pacific time.
Pacific time.
Yeah,
Awesome. So
yeah.
please check it out. And yeah, we can't always remember. I also can't remember everyone's schedule. So please do check on the website. Everything is listed right on the front page for you. And next to that is their booth. So it's a little icon that looks like a house. All you got to do is click on that. It's going to take you into their Zoom room for you to connect with these speakers. They'll be available for a certain window after they speak so that you can connect and ask questions and, also, Tricia, you are having a booth as well.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, yeah. Let me
Okay.
just grab something real quick so I can show the
Sure.
audience as well.
Yeah. So, guys, please do check out the website. We have so many interesting things. What I created was kind of a virtual shop that you guys can go into and kind of browse and shop. And every time that you click into a store, it'll take you into a different Zoom room. And the Zoom rooms are managed by our vendors, where they have all of their stuff set up for you to shop from, to browse from, and to take a look at. So, these vendors are carefully selected that are in working in the light, working with these conscious products to assist and enhance our lives in one way or another. Go ahead, Tricia.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have a vendor booth, and right now it's just gonna be like these orgone energy devices that you'll see.
Wow.
There's Mason. He is the owner of Merlin Enterprises, and so he creates. If you can see, yeah, you can. Okay, so he creates these orgone energy devices
Wow.
here,
Yeah.
and so in them, he can go into more, but there's like a big quartz crystal inside, and it's wrapped, and there's different layers alternating between stones
Oh my
and
gosh.
metal, and it's a beautiful design. We
So
call this one
beautiful.
the divine feminine one because it has like moonstone and a rose quartz and tourmaline, and then we have a separate one that's like the divine masculine, different stones.
Wow.
Yeah, so they can all be custom, and it's really exciting because these devices are just not only are they like a work of art, but they actually have like applicable uses to them,
Yes.
based
Yes.
off of like Wilhelm Reich and
Uh-huh.
other, and Tesla and other kind of like very high level
It's a
people.
science. It's a
It is.
science of the alchemy, yeah, of energy
Yes.
and movement. What a,
Yes.
that's so beautiful. Well, I'm so excited. So if you guys would like to get one of those incredible devices, that's advanced technology, do check out Trisha and Mason's booth. They will be there all weekend, and all the information is on the website. Trisha, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I know it's very late for you, and where can
Thank you
people
for
reach
having me.
you?
So you can reach me on my social medias at 90 Degree Turns. It's just the at handle number 90 Degree Turns. The website will be premiering this weekend. So the website will be done. I've got a few little things to do there, but it'll be ready by Saturday. So it'll be 90 Degree Turns. I'm mainly on, I guess, Instagram, Telegram, and YouTube at the moment. I have some of the social 2.0s, but I'm not really as active on there just yet.
Nice.
But yeah, that's where everyone can reach me.
Fabulous. Well, thank you, Tricia. We look forward to your presentation and your amazing
Mhm.
work, and we will see you this weekend. And to everyone that's tuning in today, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you and have an amazing night.
All right,
Goodbye.
thanks. Good night.